Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you all fine. Welcome you all in PIST Virtual Learning System session 2020. Dear students, this lecture is for grade first year and this is our 23rd video lecture. We are on chapter number 6, wireless communication. Subject is computer science, and today we are going to start wireless network terminology. In this, we will discuss radio signal, radio transceiver, wireless access point, line of sight communication, and then we will discuss short distance wireless communication. And in short distance wireless communication, we will discuss Wi-Fi. So let's start with radio signal. A radio signal or radio wave is an electromagnetic wave propagated by an antenna. Radio waves have different frequencies, and turning a radio receiver to a specific frequency, you can pick up a specific radio signal. All the radio frequency RF systems consist of two components, a transmitter and a receiver. So you can view on your screen the radio, TV, GPS devices. So they have the radio signals, and they can transfer with the help of transmitter. A transmitter, all the radio frequency RF system consists of two components, a transmitter and a receiver. A transmitter transmits a radio signal to a receiver, which listens for the signal and receives it. RF system include a set of rules that define how the transmitter and receiver communicate. For example, a rule set can specify that the transmitter must communicate with the receiver at a specific frequency. Early radio signals were analog, but today most of the radio signals are digital. So early signals were analog, but today most of the signals are digitals. So they are two-state signals and in digital form. So radio waves are type of electromagnetic radiation best known for their use in communication technologies such as television, mobile phones, and radios. These devices receive radio waves and convert them to mechanical vibration in the speaker to create sound wave. So the radio frequency spectrum is a relatively small part of electromagnetic EM spectrum. The EM spectrum is generally divided into 7 regions in order of decreasing wavelength and increasing energy and frequency. According to the University of Rochester, the common designation are radio wave, microwaves, infrared, IR visible light, ultraviolet, UV, X-rays, and gamma rays. Radio waves have the longest wavelengths in the EM spectrum according to NASA, ranging from about 0.04 inches 1 millimeter to more than 62 miles 100 kilometer. They also have the lowest frequencies from about 3000 cycles per second or 3 kilohertz up to about 300 billion hertz or 300 gigahertz. So this is a radio wave, a type of electromagnetic radiation best known for their use in communication technology. So a radio signal or radio wave is an electromagnetic wave and propagated by antenna. Radio waves have different frequencies. The next is radio transceiver. A transceiver is a device which can transmit and receive a radio signal and have a common circuitry in a single housing. In case of radio, the transmitter and the receiver are separated. The radio broadcasting station is basically a transmitter and the radio is a receiver. But in many cases like cell phone, and the devices serve in both functions, therefore a cell phone is a transceiver. And on your screen, you can view a radio transceiver in a diagram. So this is a radio transceiver, and which is a device which can transmit or and receive a radio signals and have a common circuitry in a single housing system. So a transceiver is a combination transmitter and receiver in a single package. The term applies to wireless communication devices such as cellular telephone, cordless telephone sets, handheld two-way radios, and mobile two-way radios. Occasionally, the term is used in reference to transmitter receiver devices in cable or optical fiber system. In a radio transceiver, the receiver is silenced while transmitting. An electronic switch allows the transmitter and receiver to be connected to the same antenna and prevents the transmitter output from damaging the receiver. With the transceiver of this kind, it is impossible to receive signals while transmitting. This mode is called half duplex. Transmission and reception often but not always are done on the same frequency. So in radio transceiver, the receiver is silenced while transmitting. An electronic switch allows the transmitter and receiver to be connected to the same antenna and prevent the transmitted output from damaging the receiver. With a transceiver of this kind, it is impossible to receive signals while transmitting. This mode is called half duplex. Wireless access point, WAP, is a device that allows wireless devices to connect to a wide network using Wi-Fi. The access point connects to the wide network and then broadcasts signals to wirelessly to all the other wireless devices such as laptop computers. On your screen, you can view a diagram. There is a one computer and these are connected with the help of a wireless access point. We have access point. So access point generate the signals and then computers and all other devices are connected with the help of this wireless access point. So for computers to communicate over a wireless network, they must support the wireless LAN protocol called Wi-Fi. Today, many computers come fully equipped with the integrated Wi-Fi, so they are ready to get connected to the wireless access point. So here on your screen, you can view wireless access point, which regenerate the signals and amplify the signals, and devices are connected with the help of this point and this wireless access point, and sometimes we can call it the Wi-Fi, fully equipped with the integrated Wi-Fi. So laptop computers, other computers, mobile, smartphones, and tab, all devices are connected with the help of this wireless access point, and they can transfer their signals and data with the help of this wireless access point. So in a computer networking, a wireless access point WAP, or more generally just access point app, AP, is a networking hardware device that allows other Wi-Fi devices to connect it to a wide network. It means that in a computer networking, a wireless access point WAP provide a networking hardware device. It is a networking hardware device that allow other Wi-Fi devices to connect to a wired network. The app usually connects to a router. It is connected to a router and a wired network such as standalone device, but it can also be an integral component of the router itself. And WAP is a differentiated from a hotspot, which is a physical location where Wi-Fi access is available. So WAP basically is a differentiated from a hotspot, which is a physical location where Wi-Fi access is available. And WAP connect directly to a wide local area network, typically Ethernet, and WAP then provide wireless connection using wireless LAN and wireless LAN technology, typically Wi-Fi for other devices to use that wide communication and connection. WAP support the connection of multiple wireless devices through their one wired connection. So multiple devices can be supported by the wireless access point. It can support multiple devices with the help of through their one wired connection. If you have one wired connection, so your wireless and the WAP wireless access point can support multiple devices at one time. Multiple devices can access the signals and send and receive the data. An access point receive data by wired Ethernet and convert to a 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz wireless signal. It sends and receives wireless traffic to and from nearby wireless clients. An access point is different from a wireless router in that it does not have firewall functions and does not protect your local network against threats from the internet. You can use an access point together with the router to extend the wireless coverage around your home or business to dead spots, distance room, or other floors. However, using a wireless extender halves your bandwidth. This is because the equipment is half duplex, meaning that either the router or extender can transmit data, but not both at the same time. So it means that both cannot send data at the same time. One device first will transfer the data, then the second device will transfer the data. So it is called the half duplex. The way of communication is a half duplex. While first one device will send the data, then the second device will send back the data and information according to the response. When you set up your access point using a wired connection, the access point function as a Wi-Fi based station, or if you use a mesh Wi-Fi network as a root access point with a wired connection to the internet, your access point can function as a Wi-Fi based station or root access point for up to 4 other access points. These access points function as Wi-Fi repeaters, or if you use a um, mesh Wi-Fi network extender access point, these access points connect to the internet through the Wi-Fi based station or root access point over a Wi-Fi connection. Line of sight communication. In line of sight LOS communication, the transmitter and receiver antennas are in line of sight, as you can view on your screen. So they have the clear and the direct line of sight. So here TV station, then we have satellite station, and then home. So they have clear line of sight communication, and the signal can transfer from the ground station to the earth station and then amplify and regenerate to the destination. So line of sight communication is used in high frequency communication where the signals cannot pass through structures and hills. For long distance communication, transmitters are installed on high building, mountains, top or high towers. Relay station boosters are used to amplify the signals and retransmit from station to station. So in line of sight, you have the direct way of communication. The transmitter and receiver antennas are in line of sight. And if you're building, and these are used for the long distance communication, where transmitters are installed on high building and mountains tops or high towers. So relay station boosters are used to amplify the signals and retransmit from station to station. Line of sight is a type of a propagation that can transmit and receive data only where transmit and receive stations are in view of each other without any obstacle between them. FM, radio, microwave, and satellite transmission are examples of line of sight communication. Long distance data communication is more effective through wireless network, but geographically obstacles and the obstacles of the earth bring limitation to line of sight transmission. However, these issues can generally be mitigated through planning, calculation, and the use of additional technologies. For example, mobile phone use a modified line of sight transmission, which is made possible through a combination of effect like diffraction, multipath reflection, local repeaters, and rapid handoff. So this is a line of sight communication in which your signals can propagate, that can transmit and receive that only where transmit and receiver stations are in view of each other. without any sort of obstacle, without any hurdle. They can send and receive the signals. So transmitting and receiving antennas must be within line of sight. Refraction, bending of microwaves by the atmosphere. Velocity of electromagnetic wave is a function of the density of medium. When wave changes, medium speed changes. Wave bands at the boundary between mediums. So here you can view a diagram. On the earth we have a signal propagation. So here we have a transmitter, and on the other hand we have a receiver. So their line of sight and the signals are clear, so that they can propagate the signals. The next is short distance wireless communication. Short distance wireless communication consists of a very short distance of few meters, infrared to distance of up to 50 kilometer. WiMAX. Following are the types of short distance wireless communication. Short distance wireless communication means that the devices which you can use for the very limited area. Wireless communication may be differentiated based on the region it covers into short distance and the long distance wireless communication. Short distance means that a very limited area, up to 50 kilometer, and direct line of sight if you have like infrared, Bluetooth. So here we have some short distance wireless communication medium: Wi-Fi, WiMAX, Bluetooth, infrared. Then we have a long distance wireless communication. Long distance wireless communication comprises of distances above 50 kilometer using either cellular communication method or global positioning system, which utilize satellites. So we have two types of communication: short and long distance wireless communication. Short distance wireless communication is a limited area and up to 50 kilometer, and long distance communication up to above 50 kilometer using cellular communication and global positioning system. So these are the way in which we can classify our wireless communication: short distance wireless communication and long distance wireless communication. So dear students, wireless communication basically can be classified as an unguided transmission and unguided media also. And in unguided transmission, transmit the electromagnetic wave without using any physical medium. Therefore, it is also known as wireless transmission. In unguided media, air is the media through which the electromagnetic energy can flow easily. So wireless communication is also known as unguided transmission. Unguided transmission means that there is no wire, no cable is required in unguided transmission and wireless transmission. In guided media, the air is the media. Is in wireless communication, air is the media. Air is the media through which the electromagnetic energy can flow easily. So we have different devices for the short distance devices and communication. We can classify wireless communication in short and long distances, and we can classify different technologies and methods on which we can communicate and which we can use for the wireless communication. Short distance wireless communication, the first device is Wi-Fi. The first is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is short for wireless fidelity. It is a wireless technology that uses radio frequency to transmit data through the air. So Wi-Fi is a short of wireless, here from WI, and fidelity FI. So this is an abbreviation of Wi-Fi. It is a wireless technology that uses radio frequency to transmit data through the air. So Wi-Fi is based on 802.11 standard. 802 basically is a model proposed by the IEEE. Here we have different standards in 802 model. So Wi-Fi is based on 802.11 standard and can be classified 802.11a, b, and g. Wi-Fi is the abbreviation that stands for wireless fidelity. Wi-Fi connects you to your favorite content and communication over your mobile phone, computers, and other devices, all without cumbersome cables. And a Wi-Fi network can connect a family's computer, media, and display devices together to share hardware and media resources such as printer, audio files, and internet access. So Wi-Fi network can connect the family's computer and all other devices like your smartphone, mobile phone, radio, audio devices, internet access. So all devices are connected with the help of Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is a wireless networking technology that allows computers, some mobile phones, iPad, game consoles, and other devices to communicate over a wireless signals. The same way a radio can tune into a radio station signal over the airwaves, your device can pick up a signal that connects it to the internet through the air. Wi-Fi Basically, Wi-Fi is a wireless communication system very commonly used in home and office. It is also called WLAN, wireless LAN. It is a popular wireless networking technology which use radio wave to provide wireless high-speed internet and networking connection. Wireless networks are easy to set up and are inexpensive, and Wi-Fi information travels over the air. These networks are extremely limited in range due to low power of transmission, allowing users to connect only within close proximity to a router or signal repeater. Wi-Fi is common in home networking application, which provides portability without any need of cables. Wi-Fi networks need to be secured with password for security purpose in order not to be accessed by others. So advantages of Wi-Fi: uses an unlicensed part or operating system radio spectrum, free network device from cable, enabling a convenient and dynamic network to grow. And disadvantage is it uses a 2.4 gigahertz spectrum, which is already crowded with other devices such as Bluetooth, microwave ovens. Power consumption is fairly high, limited range of network. Increase efficiency, better coverage, flexibility, cost saving, and hotspot facility is available as advantages of Wi-Fi. And disadvantages are security, installation problem, coverage, and transmission speed. So these are the disadvantages of Wi-Fi system. So microwave transmission refer to the technology of transmitting information or energy, the use of radio wave whose wavelength are conveniently measured in small numbers of centimeter. So these are referred to as microwave communication. Thank you, students. In next week, inshallah, we will continue short distance wireless communication, other devices. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.